Okay, I'm going to show you the TCP version of this. So I'll start the server, then I will start the client once I get this message. Then I'll put in my name, how many questions, so I want 3 questions today. Like start to begin, start, and then ask me a question. So this is 4, this one is 0, this one is also 0. There you go. There's the image winner. I couldn't do the image part, and then would like to try again. 1 for yes, 2 for no. And then really it's up to me if I don't want to. I can just say no. And then yeah, that's pretty much how the server side works on this one. I can show you the UDP version. Okay. One server. Listening on this port. Okay, so I found the client. It's pretty simple, just ask for a name. Then hi, how many questions, Juan? So it responds to the client again. And then if I put in something like 4, it ends because that meets all the requirements, so it cuts everything out. And then I can also show the AWS and TCP, so I need to go to connect to the client on that. Then we'll run server. On the TCP is the AWS right here. Run it. This is a local. Cool, just connected. What is your name? So responding. How many questions? 4. Start. Yeah. Answer these questions. There you go. Image winner. We'd like to try again. 1 for yes, 2 for no. I will just end it right there. Okay, and that is the TCP version. I'll show the UDP on the AWS. Hopefully I have it on here. The server. Okay, this is the UDP version. Okay, it's simple, just what is your name? Okay, how many questions do I want? 22, doesn't really matter because it just meets the requirement number 3. And yeah, that's pretty much how it works like this. I'll show you the code as well, kind of go over it. I think that was one of the things you want to see in the screen capture. So it's pretty basic. It looks for if there aren't any arguments from the Gradle in terms of the port or the host. Then it'll start over here with the output stream, input stream, and everything is done on JSON with a header and a payload. So type will be the header, and then payload is like the payload of the data, like the text or the image or the int. And it's also listed down what requirements that I've met. It's the right one. Check. So yeah, everything is under here, and it makes sure that every response has the right header and the right payload for what it's expecting. And sometimes it'll give the wrong info, and then you'll have to send it again. Then yeah, again payload, and then scan for the int, try catch to make sure there's no rough errors. And any time there is an error, it'll send it back to the server, so the server can start it again from where it left off. Then yeah, let's just receive the question right here. So this is like how many questions you want. So the for loop for each question. So it'll check if you got the right answer, or if you type in next, just skip it, and then it'll just do a final check for the you want to go again, and then that is complemented in the server with kind of something similar. We can see all the requirements that I met: requirement 1, requirement 2, requirement 4, and all the other ones that are listed that I did. So yeah, it basically is the same thing with the JSON header and the payload to make sure that all the correct data is being transmitted. Next, wrong answer. So if you get the wrong answer, it'll submit the wrong answer and it'll put wrong as a header. So then it'll go back to the server and go back to the client, and the client can submit it again, making sure they did everything right. And there's the image winner. Again, there's a header and a payload, so everything is kind of taken care of. And then once it's done, it closes the input string. And then the client.java for the UDP is pretty much just creating the data socket stream and using the IP address from the host, creating a byte array, and then pushing the JSON object into a string, that string into the byte array, sending that over the connection, and then reading it again, and then making sure it has the correct headers and has the correct payload that we want, and it can print that out. Then yeah, this is a couple of headers for the text and the input, making sure it's just one, and this is the data we want to send, which is just whatever we scanned in that instance. And then yeah, kind of similar over here, but a little bit different. It still uses the byte array, still uses the datagram packet. Converting the JSON into a string, putting that string into the byte array and sending that over the datagram packet. And then yeah, once everything's done, closes it. And let me see if anything else. So yeah, I could also go over what exactly I got done in terms of requirements. So yeah, requirement 1, actually I have listed. Yes, I got requirement 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not do number 5. That was the timer. I didn't have time to do that. Number 6, I got that one done, which is just the send over the first question. 7, 8, 9. Number 10, I did not do, which was the image for the loser. Number 11 was if it's the winner. I did send over the winner text, but I did not send over the image. Then 13 was partial, because I didn't do the UI. 14, 15, 16, 17. So yeah, those were the ones that I did.